We all need to apply our best efforts to make the world a better place regardless of our circumstances. These two people, these partners in life, have very different roles in fighting ALS, and together they exemplify a profound commitment to secure a world without ALS and to educate others about living with ALS. Cindy is an ALS caregiver. She and Rick have been married for 39 years, and in their loving partnership they have exhibited tremendous love and courage in fighting ALS together. Cindy did not apply for a caregiver job or even think a role like this would be in her future. She handles the physical and emotional challenges of being an ALS caregiver with grace and dignity. She presents a calm demeanor and a willingness to help other caregivers with education and comfort. Daily caregiving for an ALS person is tough and exhausting work, but she is organized and adventurous and rises to the challenges of driving to Washington, D.C., the East and West Coasts, as well as Florida, for Rick to do his work for ALS. Everything Rick does is made possible by the foundation of love, care, and support Cindy provides. Rick is a PALS, or a person living with ALS. No one ever chooses this role. But after his diagnosis in November 2013, Rick chose to be a fighter, to decide his own path forward rather than allowing the disease to define him. In the short 3.5 years since receiving that somber diagnosis from his neurologist, Rick has become proactively engaged in the battle against ALS. He started Team Rick, which has become one of the most successful teams at the Walk to Defeat ALS, raising well over $100,000 to support the mission of the ALS Association. He joined the Board of Trustees for the Alabama chapter, where he brings that all-important patient perspective to help the board determine the strategic direction of the chapter. He serves on the President's Council with other patients who advise the ALS Association's national president on matters impacting patients. He travels to D.C. as part of the National ALS Advocacy Day and meets with legislators to request their support on issues important to the ALS community. He has also become an ALS research ambassador, where he closely follows global ALS research and serves as an educator and advocate for a cure. He frequently speaks to support groups and at ALS conferences, helping others to understand the challenges of living with ALS. None of this would be possible without Cindy's tireless support. Cindy helps Rick do his job as an ALS advocate and is always there by his side for every interview, every video session, and every meeting Rick attends. She patiently and lovingly helps Rick do what Rick does best, which is to serve as a skilled and knowledgeable warrior in the fight against ALS, all the while Cindy is serving as his direct caregiver and helping support other families and caregivers. And despite the severe difficulties of the disease, Cindy and Rick are able to maintain a positive outlook and a sharp sense of humor. This husband and wife team of tremendously dedicated and committed people give their all to help the more than 15,000 people living with ALS in the U.S., including approximately 400 in Alabama alone. Cindy and Rick provide an extraordinary example of humanitarianism that is inspiring to all of us who work together to fight ALS. We are proud to recognize and honor Cindy and Rick Isaacs with the 2017 Eric S. Obermann Humanitarian Award.